The Money Matters Podcast tip of the day.
The rich, they get up early. They get up early. You know, everybody got 24 hours in a day. So depending on how you use your 24 hours, that's what's going to determine how productive you are going to be during the day. So if you choose to sleep for the majority of the day, if you wake up around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, the majority of the day is gone. You slept for the most part. I mean, I wonder how productive you're going to be, you know.
Yeah, I'm tempted to say that they are cheating because we all have 24 hours and 12 hours in a day. So if they're probably waking up like 2-3 hours before everybody else, then it means they have 2-3 extra hours that they can use to read, exercise, or whatever that's getting ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, you got to always find a way to figure the system out. You can't just follow what everybody's doing, you know. You got to experiment the time you sleep, the time you get up, and find out which time is going to be more productive for you. So I'm sure they figured out that when you sleep early, when you wake up early, you're going to have the majority of the day to your advantage to be more productive. So that's the approach that I believe they're taking.
That's true. And I've read that from a couple of, rich folks talking about how to wake up before their whole family gets up, and that gives them time to go over the things that they personally do before interacting with the family. So I believe that, and I truly believe that, yes, waking up, giving yourself more time in that 12-hour period definitely helps out and makes you more productive.
Yeah, and based on our research, the rich sleep less than 7 hours a day. You know, they don't sleep more than 7 hours. Some sleep 5 hours, depending on what they have to do, and the kind of things, how productive they're trying to be during the day. But they don't sleep past 7 hours. So yeah, it's not like they deprive themselves of sleep, but they make sure that they get enough sleep. But they wake up early. Some wake up consistently the same time every day to be more productive, and that's how they're able to get more time to get a lot of stuff done. So if you're the average person and you're sleeping for the most of the day, you're not going to be productive. So if you want to accomplish a lot during the day, you wake up early in the morning, you start your day early, and you realize that you're going to accomplish a lot. Your day will feel more productive, and you probably get a chance to even go to sleep early and start the same routine over and over.
Yeah, and I think the most interesting part of it is that it's not like they're depriving themselves of this. Some of them are probably used to this and cannot even sleep past 6-7 hours. After 6-7 hours, they just wake up because this is what they've been doing for years and have become used to it. And so it just gives them so much time ahead of everybody else, and more time. Like we say, time is money. So if you have more time, then it means what? More money.
More money for you.
So I can understand and see how giving yourself extra time in that 12-hour period in a day will translate into you making more money.
Yeah, and they don't just wake up early with nothing to do. Some of our listeners could be listening to us, and they'll be like, you know what? I'm going to start waking up early every day now. Don't just wake up early to just be there. You got to have something that you working on, a project or something, work that is actually generating money for you. That is going to keep you ahead of, accomplishing your goal.
Yeah.
So you don't just want to just wake up for waking up sake.
That's so true, because most of them do have like routines of like probably that they keep religiously. Some of them do wake up before their like children and wife wake up, before these close family relatives wake up. They do their workouts, they get their readings, studying. Acquiring. Now there's so much that these guys do, and they have a plan, a program that they follow every day. It's definitely not just waking up to sit around doing nothing, because it will make no sense just to wake up and sit around to say that I gave myself 2 extra hours. But then that 2 extra hours, what came out of it? what productively came out of it. So if you don't have any plan or any activity to engage yourself in that 2-3 hours before your relatives or everybody else wake up, then it makes no sense waking up to just come sit around and say that, yes, I woke up before everybody else.
I mean, you gotta have something to show for it to so you know that your day was productive. Like, and the more you keep doing it, you develop the pattern, and it becomes normal. Like, you might not even need to set up any alarm clock or anything anymore. Your body will just wake up at the same time that you get up every day. So this is the habit that the rich people have, that they follow all the time, and it works for them. Like you said, they cheat the system and make sure they get more productive hours. They don't just sleep it off. There is a saying that sleep is for the dead. When you die, you get to sleep, do all the sleeping you want. But as you're alive right now, you want to make sure that you squeeze the most time to be up and be more productive so you can achieve your goals.
I don't know about that saying, but that sleeping is being for the dead. I don't know about that, because after 12, 14 hours, I gotta go. I need that sleep. But then again, how long are you gonna be sleeping for? How many hours do you get to get rejuvenated to come back to work? Because you can't say I stayed up for 12 hours, 10 hours, so I'm gonna go sleep for the next 12, 10 hours. Neither. No. You have to make sure you get enough rest, because it's also healthy to get the required amount of sleep. If you don't, you are also working against your own health. So you have to put all this into perspective and make sure that you're not putting yourself, jeopardizing your health. But on the same token, you're being super productive and giving yourself enough time to cover the things that you need to do within that 12-hour period in a day. That's why I think the impeachment inquiry going on right now, I think the ranking member for the Judiciary Committee on the Republican side said to one of those law professors that they were questioning that, I cannot possibly believe that you read every transcript of those witnesses that came out, because he couldn't see how that was possible. How much time are you going to have within that 12-hour period? And even the chairman Schiff, he released his findings a night before these ladies, professors and these lawyers came out to come testify in the Judiciary Committee. So the ranking member from the Republican side couldn't see how 53 or 100-page findings coming out a night before, and you being able to go through the whole thing, because obviously he couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it. So he assumed that you can't do it.
Exactly. It was a projection from himself to the professors, because I just got it last night, and obviously I couldn't go through all of them. So how were you able to do it? It's impossible.
Right.
We all have 12 hours. And if within that 12 hours I cannot do it, then it means you couldn't do it.
Yeah, the fact that you can't do it doesn't mean the next person can't do it.
So the professor took offense to that. She said, I feel insulted for you telling me this, because you don't know how I use my time. And I'm not going to sit here and come testify about stuff that I have not gone through, that I've not read through them. For your information,
that is a big blow, right?
Exactly.
There.
For your information,
sitting over there not reading the information, but you're there to talk about it
and testify. And I just talk about it, testify. All right. So she said to him, for your information, I have read through every single transcript that had been put out. Yeah. Exactly. So this is all time management.
It's all about time management.
Who knows how long this law professor from, I think, Stanford has been sleeping within a 24-hour period. Because she's reading so much that ranking member couldn't think of how that was possible. Couldn't fathom. So what would you say? What would you do?
It's the same way. Like, I'm going to give you an example. Like, some of these musicians out there, like, let me try to find a famous one. Somebody like maybe a Jay-Z. He might wake up early in the morning and maybe have his day planned where he will go to a fundraiser or go to see the doctor, still find time to go to the studio to record, go see his management, and do so many things during the day. And so the average person will wake up and maybe go shopping or go to a doctor's appointment and they think they accomplished something for the day.
That's it for the whole day.
You know, but one person is doing way too much. But at the end of the day, the person that's not doing anything, they're still hoping that one day they will be rich.
Not one day. They hope to be rich the following day.
You know, which is like, it doesn't make any sense. But that is how some people operate. You know, that's how some people think. But you got to study some of these people and how they actually live their life, the tactics they use, the strategies, and try to copy and do the same thing.
And managers of Beyonce says that when she's rehearsing, she rehearses so much and so long that she doesn't even eat sometimes. She rehearses through her break times and stuff like that. But then again, all we've seen out here is the money that they're making and how famous and how rich and stuff like that.
Yeah, you never see the work behind the riches and all the fame and everything.
Like how many free throws they say Michael Jordan threw in a day. All right. So we have to put in the work. We have to position ourselves in a way to be able to put in the work. Give ourselves the time. We have to give ourselves the time.
One of my favorite basketball players, Ray Allen, he said every time they have a game, he makes sure that he show up at the arena 3 hours early. His entire career, he showed up 3 hours early. And he was shooting 3 points all the time. The entire 3 hours. He would shoot all 3-pointers the whole 3 hours. So by the time the game started, he already developed the rhythm. And he would start making shots and people are going crazy. Like, oh my God, this guy's too nice. And even right now, he holds the most 3-pointers in the NBA. You know, but if you don't know, you think he just... Somebody
will just sit somewhere and say he's lucky.
He's lucky.
He's just talented.
He was born with it.
He's born with it.
Ray Allen said he said it himself. He wasn't born with it.
Like Michael Jordan also said
practice, show up early, practice, show up early, practice. And that's how he became that great, you know. Even with the way Stephen Curry is playing right now, he still holds the record. And he's been retired for 3 or 4 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Still holds the record. So, you know, you got to have a plan, a way. You know, I'm pretty sure other NBA players probably
they have their rituals.
You know, we're sleeping or not ready to come to the arena or maybe don't come in that early.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's funny. Yeah. It's another story with one other basketball player. I think it was Tracy McGrady that said it, that he got up early to go, you know, work out in the gym. And when he got there, Kobe Bryant was there already. You know what I'm saying? It was 3 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, these guys, they don't play. They take their time serious and they put in work.
You definitely have to put in the time. You have to put in the work. You have to position yourself to succeed. You can't just wake up and just right when everybody's getting out there, you go out there too and you think you're going to be able to. There are people who've been there 2, 3, 4, 5 hours before you and have developed the rhythm, gotten into the rhythm. So when they're playing and doing all these things, don't think you can just compete on the same level with them. Not putting in the same work they've put in.
There's different levels to it.
Thank you for listening to the Money Matters Podcast Tip of the Day.